Hello, I'm Steve Ptacek, Superintendent, Jacksonville School District 117, and this is the second of two videos that I'm posting at the exact same time that update the community on the status of Vision 117 Phase 3. The first video, which is linked below, covers the presentation I gave to the board at the November 17th meeting and details the enrollment concerns we have and how that has impacted the status of Phase 3. This video details the presentation I'm going to give the Board of Education at our December 15th meeting, and it includes some information I'm very eager to get out to the community, as it will detail the drastic improvements we're going to do to the school district with the online sales tax bond revenue and our ESSER funds. Here's a quick update on Phase 3. I gave a presentation at the November board meeting detailing the very concerning data we have showing a decreasing enrollment, and that trend could possibly impact our future elementary structure. There's a link to the video of that presentation, the first video I sent out today, in the information section down below. We have a substantial amount of money that we need to spend or encumber by September of 2024. Now, encumber means that we can be in the middle of a project. We just have a contractual agreement to spend that, to pay that money to a contractor, to an architect, or some other company. We have $12.4 million in a bond sale that's been generated by the new online sales tax. $9.9 million of that must be encumbered by September of 2024. That's 80% of that bond sale. That's the law. We have $10.8 million in federal ESSER funds, and all of that must be spent by September of 2024. So we have a lot to do over the next couple of years. Here's a summary of the costs of the major projects that we will be doing. I'll go over each of these projects in more detail in upcoming slides. The renovation of Washington is $11.5 million. We're going to do a thorough renovation of Eisenhower at just over $5 million, $5,175,000. We're going to be putting in an air conditioning system at JHS in the Central and West gyms and in the vocational classes. Those are roughly around $900,000 each. I'm very excited to talk about a thorough renovation of the JHS auditorium. That's going to cost around $1.7 million. Talking about getting rid of all that old carpeting at the high school that's been there since it opened in 1982. That's $600,000. A brand new marquee out in front of JHS for $25,000. We will use $130,000 of these funds to do emergency repairs at Murrayville Woodson and $30,000 to replace windows at the early years building. And here's a budget summary that I will present to the board with the $12.4 million from the online sales tax bond, $10.7 million from available ESSER funds. That totals $23,100,000. The cost that I just showed on the previous slide of those projects is almost $21 million. We've already spent around $600,000 on projects that we've used from the online sales tax. That's predominantly been roofs throughout the district. When you take out those projects, we'll still have right around $1.5 million left over. Now, we are allowed to keep, past September of 2024, 20% of the online bond sales. So we could keep up to $2.48 million. Therefore, we're under that amount. So that $1.5 million is going to be set aside for other large projects. I want to highlight these are limited use funds. Any of the online sales tax dollars must be used for facilities, and the ESSER funds have a limited use. Here's some more details about the Washington project. This was originally presented at the April 28th board meeting, and it is covered in that May 14th YouTube video, which is linked below. This is an in-depth, stripped-down rebuild project similar to what we did at Lincoln and South, which is going to effectively create a new school. This includes the addition of a new gym to the north of the building, an elevator making the building completely ADA compliant, a new entrance with a new office complex that helps with safety and security, and a new circle drive. Construction is going to begin in the spring of 2022. The majority of this project will be completed by fall of next year. There will be some work that has to be done, but we're very excited to be able to say that our students will be entering predominantly a new school next fall at Washington. The high school improvements include replacing all the classroom carpets with the LVT. The LVT that's the type of flooring that's in the hallways of the high school. Might look different. We still haven't determined that, but it's going to be of that same substance. This helps increase the air quality of the rooms by getting rid of that old carpet, and that's how this will qualify under our ESSER funds. Air conditioning qualifies in ESSER funds for increasing air quality in the central, west gym, and vocational classrooms. I'm going to go in more detail about the renovation of the auditorium on another slide, and once again, a marquee out in front of the high school. Here's a list of the improvements we're going to be doing at the JHS auditorium. I'll quickly go through the list of the renovations. Of course, it will include necessary demolition, paint, taking care of the walls and the ceilings, new acoustical panels. We'll replace the existing doors at the lobby, remove and replace the carpet runners, get rid of that old carpet, new theater seats with lights, new house lighting and controls, refinish the stage, replace the plywood over the pit with maple flooring to match the stage. We'll actually make a sound and mixing booth, light sound vestibules, acoustical ceiling reflectors, HVAC sound attenuation. We'll replace the pit door, replace the portion of the rail at the rear seats with a glass panel so it won't block any sight. Masonry wall work as part of access to the stage platform, and handicapped seating cutouts. We're going to be replacing the theatrical lighting, the orchestra shell, the variable acoustical curtains. Remember, the main curtain is new. There will be removable stage risers. There'll be a new audiovisual system, and we will replace the sound system. Very excited about bringing effectively a new auditorium to the community. Other needed repairs. The ESSER funds can cover roughly $130,000 of the $500,000 that we need in emergency repairs at Murrayville-Woodson. These repairs include windows, brickwork, and roofing. We're also going to be using ESSER funds to replace $30,000 in windows at the early years building. That's it. This is a pretty short video updating the board and the community on what we're going to be doing over the next couple years with these new, very limited funds, one-time use funds. We need to spend this money where it will have major, long-lasting impact on the district, because these funds are not going to be reoccurring. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, I look forward to your feedback.